Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the transformation of Jenna Ortega, how she became the Wednesday Addams that shook the world. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want more behind-the-scenes dives like this one, consider subscribing. Let's get into it. She didn't blink once. Not in the audition, not in the final scene. And that's when Tim Burton knew. He'd found his Wednesday. It started with an email. Just one. Jenna Ortega was on the set of a horror film called X, covered in fake blood and filming in the deep shadows of indie cinema, when her inbox lit up with something she thought had to be a mistake. Tim Burton wanted to meet, for Wednesday Addams. "I thought I was being pranked," she said, because how could he, the king of gothic strangeness, know who she was? Jenna's whole life, people called her Wednesday, not because she wore black or was obsessed with death, but because she didn't blink. She was dry, deadpan. You couldn't tell if she was serious or sarcastic, and frankly, she liked it that way. Still, landing the role came with an irony that was impossible to ignore. She'd never chased it. She didn't campaign, plead, or beg to audition. It came to her like a shadow slipping under the door, quiet, inevitable, and hard to explain. And that was only the beginning. At first, she didn't think about the pressure. She just wanted to do a good job. But then Netflix started talking about Comic-Con appearances, about Funko Pops, about the rabid fan base that would dissect her performance frame by frame. It wasn't just a role, it was an institution. Wednesday Addams wasn't a character anymore. She was a religion. Jenna panicked. Fans tattooed Wednesday's face on their arms. She was a Halloween costume, a childhood symbol, a meme before memes existed. And Jenna? She was about to become a living altar to that legend. It started with posture, then came the voice. "I always made sure I had a straight back," Jenna said. "I didn't move my hands or arms if I didn't have to." Somewhere in the first few weeks of filming, she did a take where she never blinked once. That's when Tim stopped her. "I don't want you to blink anymore." From that moment on, she didn't. She lowered her pitch, adjusted the way she pronounced certain words. Learned cello, fencing, and archery, yes, really, because Wednesday would. She even learned to stare through her eyebrows, Kubrick style. A look Tim Burton loved so much, it became a visual motif of the series. And slowly Jenna Ortega, the actress, disappeared. All that remained was Wednesday. There was one question everyone was asking. What did Christina Ricci think? But on set, something strange happened. Christina, who played the original Wednesday Addams, didn't bring it up. Neither did Jenna. They didn't talk about Wednesday, not once. No comparisons, no advice, no nostalgia. "We both knew they were different girls," Jenna said. That silence, it wasn't awkward. It was sacred. Ricci's version was a girl of the 90s, spiky, ironic, untouchable. Jenna's was darker, colder, a shadow made flesh. And Tim Burton didn't want a copy. He wanted a resurrection, so they didn't recycle the past. They made something new, something even more terrifying. The hours were brutal. Jenna would wake up at 4:30 in the morning. By 5:20 she was in the van. By 6 she was already in hair and makeup. And then came the shoot, a 12-hour day with no official lunch break, just bites between takes. After the camera stopped rolling, more work. There were stunt rehearsals, cello lessons, sword fighting, canoeing, archery, line runs. Jenna wasn't just acting, she was training to become a myth. For 8 months, she lived in Romania, in the bitter cold, the kind of cold that turns skin pale no matter what makeup says. Eventually, the team stopped applying foundation to her hands. There was no point, she had become Wednesday's color scheme without trying. If Wednesday was the storm, Enid was the sun. On screen, they were oil and water, goth and glitter, death and Instagram. But off screen, Jenna and Emma Myers bonded almost instantly. "She's one of my favorite people on this planet," Jenna said. Their chemistry wasn't just good casting, it was real. And that's what made the pairing so effective. In a show full of darkness, Enid brought light. And that light made Wednesday's darkness seem even deeper. The dorm room, their shared space, was the first set Jenna ever walked into. The stained glass windows, the split design, it became symbolic of the whole show. Contrast, duality, unexpected connection. It worked because it wasn't forced. It was two real girls building something strange and beautiful together. Tim Burton didn't just direct, he played. He encouraged Jenna to act like she was in a silent film. No blinking, minimal movement, controlled stares. The kind that reached through the screen and grabbed you. Jenna loved it. I told him I felt like a silent film actor, she said. That was always a dream of mine. Each take was an experiment. They'd try one flat, one exaggerated, one with emotion. They never settled on a formula, it was a process of elimination. What felt too much, what was just enough. Sometimes she'd drop all the muscles in her face before the cameras rolled. Sometimes she'd stare down through her eyebrows, daring you to flinch. And it worked. Her blankness became terrifying. Her silence became power. Everyone knows the braids, the black dress, the pale skin. But when it came to this version of Wednesday, Tim Burton wanted change. He didn't want Jenna to wear someone else's image. He wanted something new. Something recognizably Addams, but unmistakably her. They tried everything. Silver streaks, short braids, thick braids, no braids. They even clipped on a fringe. It didn't work, until Jenna made a bold move. She told the hairdresser to cut her real bangs. "We have time to grow it out," she shrugged. "Let's just see." It was risky, but Tim loved it. And that was it. The look was born. Not copied, not referenced, created. Even now, Jenna lies awake thinking about it. Should she have said that line differently? Moved her eyes slightly more left? Delivered a smirk instead of a frown? This wasn't just performance anxiety. It was something deeper. The fear of letting people down. Of not being enough. Of failing an icon that meant everything to so many. But the truth? She wasn't trying to be Wednesday. She was trying to become a girl who could be Wednesday. With rules, emotions, rage, and yes, a soft spot. Hidden, maybe, but real. She's someone people admire because she says what others are afraid to, Jenna said. But I wanted that to come from honesty, not malice. That's the difference. She didn't play her like a monster. She played her like a mirror. Thanks for watching till the end. You're the real MVP. If you loved this video, drop a comment below and tell us your favorite Wednesday moment. More untold stories are coming your way, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Until next time, stay curious.